Welcome to the California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this all new video. Uh, what was I going to say before I get started? Oh, this video is entitled Donald Trump's Black Plan. You know, his plan for Black America. But before I get started, you guys go on over there to the One Name LA's YouTube channel, like his channel, thumbs it up. Look at last night's video. Last night's Google Hangout that he did, and I called into his Blog Talk Radio show. Go on over there and listen to some of the show because I called in to the show to talk to LA and Vic Damone about Hillary Clinton and the no voting politics. It was a good debate. It was a good chat. You know, everybody expressed themselves, so it was a pretty decent show. So I suggest you guys go check it out. Go like and share that channel. But let me get started on Donald Trump real quick now. Donald Trump's Black Plan. Now, I looked at the Black Plan, and I'm not stepping on Afro Synergy. And shout out to Afro Synergy too. By the way, go check out his channel. Afro Synergy talks about good stuff, but I disagree with him about Donald Trump. I really do. I disagree with that issue alone, but that's another video for another day. Now, I looked at Donald Trump's plan, his economic plan for Black America. His plan is It's not even a black plan, by the way. It's not even stuff that will benefit black people. It doesn't address the needs of black people. It doesn't really do anything for black people. In fact, it just keeps more of the same in the black communities. He has a lot of stuff on infrastructure, which you got stuff with infrastructure. They don't hire black people for infrastructure projects. In fact, black people are second to none to get those contracts. Uh, the law enforcement, more law enforcement in the black community, black people have problems with law enforcement as it is already with the police shooting. So saying you need to put more law enforcement in, it makes no sense. The black leaders sold us out at the table a month or two ago when the churches, when these black members sat with Donald Trump, they should have told him what we needed. Afro Synergy and his friends of the ministers that support him should have told him what black people need. You don't tell Donald Trump, well, Hispanic people just taking our jobs, because guess what? Black people didn't have jobs for decades before Mexican people became a issue in the country. Because the thing is that's being said by a lot of these African American people is that, oh, where the Latinos, they're taking up all the jobs. They're hurting black interests. Yes and no. Part of it is true, but black people been going through problems with foreigners. If you listen to the great Dr. Amos Wilson, we've been going through these problems for decades with different races and competing for jobs and money in our communities. We went through this with Puerto Ricans, went through this with Irish people going back to 1864. We had the riots in New York City when they rioted in New York and in Brooklyn, and a lot of black people got lynched by Irish people over jobs. So black people have always competed with jobs. But the argument made by black people today, and the reason why they support Donald Trump's plan is because Hispanic people is hurting our interests, and I disagree with that. Hispanic people is not hurting black people's interests. What's hurting black people's interests is businesses, corporations moving out of the black communities. Look at Detroit, for example. Detroit had a lot of car industry. In Detroit, black people worked for for the car industry, and they left. They left. Not only did they hurt white people, but they hurt black people. So you have corporations that's going overseas. That's stuff that needs to be addressed. Another thing that's hurting black people is black people they can't qualify for loans to open up businesses, small business loans. Black people are getting treated racist by banks. If Donald Trump had if Donald Trump would go against the banking system, which he's a part of the banking system, and he says, okay, we're going to loosen up ways, we're going to find ways to have black people to get loans for small businesses, then Donald Trump will be on point. But saying about the infrastructure and urban renewal, that's bullshit stuff that's been talked about for decades. So the black leaders, they sold you out. I'm sorry, Afro Synergy. His plan was very, very much the same. You say you didn't like the Democratic Party, but his plan was no different than the Democratic Party. I was looking for some stuff to revolutionize the Black America, and he so far did not provide that in his plan. Okay, what does Black America need? I could break it down. Black America does need jobs in the Black community. Yes, Black America, but we could. I think with us, we can do things to make our own money. I think that Black America, we need to stop looking for the government to help us out, like Malcolm X have always said, and we need to build up our own community and get it to group economics. That's where our issue comes in at. Secondly, we should police our own communities. I believe that we need to police our own communities. He is talking about more law enforcement when we're having problems with law enforcement as it is. He has not addressed the systematic of stop and frisk and black men getting stopped by police. This is the thing that's going on. Now, Afro Synergy and other people say they don't like the Democratic Party, so we're trying to give Donald Trump a chance. And again, Donald Trump's plan for Black America is very flawless. I heard Bob Johnson say, let's give this guy a chance. Bob Johnson is full of shit because he's already a billionaire and he kissed that man's ass just like the black leaders did. They kissed this man's ass. They let this man put up that bullshit about urban renewal when there's other issues and other things that the black community needs. We need jobs. That's in the black community. If you say you don't want black people being dependent on of the government, well, if you set up different things like job training programs, the extension of unemployment benefits, extending it. That's one good way to start extending the unemployment package. So far, none of that's came through. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to extend the unemployment benefits for African American people. That's one thing that will help get black people on their feet. Daycare. They should make daycare more affordable for black women, so that if they're single parent mothers, they could go and they could drop their kids off to a daycare provider where they could work and go to school. If Donald Trump had said stuff like that, I would agree with that. But so far, you hear urban renewal, and the plans just they're very very much more the same, and it's not really for black people. That plan that he got is really for white people. I don't know why black people got suckered by this silver tongued politician into believing that this man's plans is going to be a certain way. Again, the black leaders, civil rights leaders, they benefit more from it because they're going to make money off of the construction part and and all that shit in the urban renewal. They're going to make money off of that. So I didn't get Donald Trump's plan. It made no sense to me. Uh, Black people, here's California Guy Solutions. Group economics, patrolling our own communities, and building up a high esteem in the black community amongst black men, and black marriages, and encouraging black men and black women to be married so that these won't be no single parent households no more. That is California Guy Solutions to the black community. Peace out.